Welcome back, everyone. It's New Mutator. Acts of Piety is the name of this game, or name of this map, anyway. The name of the game is Myth 2 Soulblighter, in case you're interested. King of the map is the game type. It's kind of the subtype of game. The type of activity, the objective of this particular game is King of the map, which is the newest game type introduced in the 1.8 update to the Myth client. So, check it out. It's kind of we've seen it a few times. It's a mix between King of the Hill and territories. So the more flags you have, the more time you're racking up. So yeah, Acts of Piety gonna be kind of a light unit trade map. But before we get any further, let's look at some of our players. So this is in the DE2 of the Myth World Cup 2015. It's the top bracket match between these two teams, the final two teams to be in the top bracket, TMNT2 and Masters of Myth, MoM. Yeah, so TMNT2 is up 2 games to 1 so far. This is the game 4. Actually, no, I am mistaken. I said that last game too, but they're actually not up 2 games to 1. It's actually 1-1-1 because the last game was a tie. So I apologize for making that mistake in the previous cast and in this cast, but yeah, it's 1-1-1. Nobody has the lead just yet. So this this might help us find somebody's going to do something about that in this game, because I don't think you can have a tie on King of the Map. So yeah. Oh yes, introduce the players. So for Rat King's team, MoM, which is the team we're looking at right here, Rat King, Lizard King, Shadow, Blonde, Adrenaline, Rar, Slate, and Argos. And for GKG's team, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it's going to be GKG, of course, Helicopter Monkey Pilot, Captain, Kruniak, Osmodian, Dak, Eastwind, and Kryptos. So, interesting trade for GKG. We don't actually see any ranged units. We do see 5 dwarves, a lot of whites. I don't even think there's enough. Yeah, okay, there are. There's plenty of goals here. It looks like max goals. And actually a lot of just straight up melee without too many unit trading points dumped into Thrall. Those are going to be the remainder unit trading points. The unit trade here for Masters of Myth, going to be not heavy on the archers, but there's going to be a significant amount of them. Let's see, 3, 6, I'd say about 36 unit trading points tied up in these archers. Fewer dwarves, only 2 compared to, what was that, the 5 of TMNT. And looks like whites for pus, but significantly fewer pus goals. So maybe no bottle pus or anything like that for Rat King. And actually, if we look at the warriors, there's significantly fewer, although Heron Guards are going to be maxed out. And actually, there's going to be a couple more Thrall as well. So we'll see. Are there actually going to be... is there going to be bottle pus? I don't know. But the Heron Guards are going to go ahead and dispense with their heals. They only carry 1 apiece, so those are pretty valuable. But pus may be worth it,
captured,
as it is King of the Map. So investing in kind of a mobile army,
captured,
you know, fast melee units is pretty. That could be pretty good way to stay on top. The archers are going to be a little bit. I would say it would take a little bit more to justify taking archers on King of the Map, just because they're not very mobile, and they're not really good at, you know, siege. I guess you can siege flags with them, but like I said, you know, they're better in defensive positions, just because they're really slow. They take up a lot of unit trading points. So, you know, in the end game, let's say it's really close and all you have are archers, it's not going to be very useful. It's better to have melee units, but they could, if they're doing damage over time throughout the entire game, they could easily pay for themselves. Looks like a huge southern flank here from MoM. Shadow is going to be backing it up with
Flag
Rar.
captured.
And who's this? Lizard King leading the way. And they're
Flag
going to run
captured.
into a southern flank here led by GKG with Kruniak right behind him. And Dak is going to post up on this flag maybe, or nearby anyway. In the north, we're going to have a taunt from Blonde. He's looking at Eastwind. And running with Eastwind is Osmo. And they're going to run right into this force here, although they're looks like they kind of have an advantage, at least with the Heron Guards. Although, who knows with these pus, they might not think that they may be bottle pus, so they might not want to engage. But it doesn't seem like they're bottle pus, so Eastwind's just going to run right in. He's probably going to call their bluff. So they're going to probably retreat back to this flag and just D with the archers and Thrall and Dwarf on the flag. That would be my guess. And actually, Adrenaline's Puskull did get through into the backfield. He's going to scout out this flag. Looks like he's not going to have much success in taking it, but he might be able to get some time on the board for TMNT. Or not TMNT, but MoM. As that is the team that he is playing for. Looks like TMNT going to be split in half. Or is it MoM that's split in half? Defensive shot there from Dak. Oh, are these? No, these are regular dwarves. I thought they were heroes for a second because it seemed like they were throwing pretty far, but some pus goes down and takes out some units, but it also they also lost the dwarf, and actually the dwarf on this side got taken out too. So MoM's looking pretty good right here, 86, 81%. And nice block shot there by Lizard King, who was able to take out that dwarf, but he loses that Heron Guard. He didn't have a heal though, so it didn't really much matter. And it looks like MoM's going to just firmly take control. Right now they have a 10-point lead, 10 percentage point lead, as they just muscle in on this flag and take it. On the other side of the map, there is an altercation. Looks like Eastwind almost losing that goal. Some pus goes down. Oh my gosh, Slate just nukes himself. Luckily, he didn't lose that dwarf, though. He has to be careful. Unfortunately for TMNT, they don't have archers, so they're not going to be able to snipe him.
Flag captured.
But they will probably be able to pus him. Helicopter Monkey Pilot looking to make something happen, but he's probably just going to take some damage unless he's got some bottle pus ready. And Slate's dwarf does get healed up. Helicopter Monkey Pilot is running in. But, oh my gosh. All kinds of fire arrows going down. Some pus coming in behind, but Slate still has... Oh, bottle pus. Here we come. Oh, it goes out. It does at the last minute. And Slate turns around and isn't able to punish him. However, oh, he runs right into that pus and gets taken out. And actually... Helicopter Monkey Pilot able to sort of prevail here. 45-63%, however, it's still looking good for MoM. Although Hump still has this dwarf, he's going to try to move in and soften up these units, get some vets on his team's Heron Guards. Although it doesn't look like they're doing very well in this battle. And pus going down on some of these units. Looks like Captain gets pussed, and he's going to get maybe cut down by these Thrall. Just a bunch of crazy stuff happening. We also have this happening, which isn't very much, but yeah, both teams are just racking up time on that flag there. That archer's gone. And it looks like MoM is going to be cleaned up here. Unless, looks like Shadow is going to reinforce, and with Lizard King, and maybe hold them off a little bit longer. 38-31%. So it looks like TMNT managed to close the gap just a little bit, but they are going to be pushed back away from this flag, as looks like GKG is going to move back, and Osmo is going to be chasing Blonde for whatever reason.
Flag captured.
Looks like this flag here, Argos, is probably going to be losing it to Kruniak. Might even lose those warriors at the same moment. While all this is happening, though, MoM just take in almost control of the entire playing field.
Flag captured.
TMNT has a couple
Flag
goals here, a few
contested.
units there, and
Flag
some units down
captured.
here. This is where the majority
Flag
of their force is.
contested.
And really,
Flag
there's nothing
captured.
anywhere else on the
Flag
entirety of the map
contested.
with which to
Flag
take flags.
captured.
So they're kind of
Flag
desperate,
captured.
and really, that was
Flag
kind of a nice bait,
contested.
as that Heron Guard
5
cut down that
minutes
goal that
remaining.
dropped his pus packet on those
Flag
satchels
captured.
and blew up all that melee. So
Flag captured.
I didn't quite see
Flag contested.
who came out worse for wear as a result of that, but it's actually pretty close in terms of percentages at this point. MoM looking to cut down GKG at this moment in time. Eastwind looking to just get out alive, I think. And looks like GKG was able to take out that goal, which was good for his team. There are some units here in the north, but I don't know, it's going to be pretty tough. Looks like Kruniak did take out both of those warriors, but Rar is here
Flag contested.
to basically tango with him, try to keep tabs on this flag for now.
Flag
And actually, there's some
contested.
stuff that was happening on this flag as well. Osmodian running around. He might be able to cut down this warrior really quick if he's fast. Some pus goes down, but it basically explodes right in the middle of GKG's units. But he's doing what he can to muscle through these warriors, but he's got to get out of there if he wants to survive. He actually came out pretty well. Look at this veteran. He was fighting pretty fast, but Shadow was able to prevail. If that pus just didn't explode on those Heron Guards, it might have come out a little bit better for TMNT there. But either way, GKG showing us why he's a respected player in the Myth community currently. Because I would have just considered that, you know, I would have just thought that was the lost cause, but he almost turned that around. Somebody healed somewhere, but I didn't see what. I guess it was Eastwind. Trying to look for those mandrake roots, those coveted mandrake roots on the ground, somewhere in these piles of dead body parts and blood. If you find one, you can keep yourself healed, and GKG probably looking for one as well.
Flag captured.
Probably not sure where to get that. But the other thing to keep in mind is it's 11-12%. So there's very few units remaining on this map. Less than 3 minutes remaining, but it does seem as if Messers and Myth are going to come out ahead because they have about a 10-minute lead on TMNT. Eastwind going to turn around, try to take out that goal really quick. Does end up losing his Heron Guard, unfortunately, due to that the time it took to turn to face that warrior. If he had turned a little bit faster, and GKG did find a route, but he's going to have some trouble with 4 warriors. I don't know if he can take that on, even being a vet of this magnitude. If Eastwind had been able to turn to face that warrior, he probably could have taken him out, no problem. Just because the warriors flinch, and the Heron Guards may flinch, but they not from a warrior. They don't. And actually, he is going to... Oh, that was beautifully placed. GKG pussing that single warrior with a small pus packet, which is still useful if it connects, and able to take this flag. So some beautiful micromanagement. Rar saying, how did you lose that, Shadow? That's hilarious. And actually, it looks like TMNT, had there been more time in the game, looks like they may have been able to come out ahead. As MoM just trying to hold on for another minute. As long as they keep a single unit, they'll come out ahead. I don't know if you lose all your units, if you lose automatically, or if it still goes by the time. I assume it still goes by the time. And the winning team just gets all the time left added to their score. That would be my guess.
Flag contested.
But it's really coming down there. Slate doing what he can to hold out. He basically is just guarding the flag against Osmodian, but he doesn't really have to do a whole lot. Just sit there, because I don't think there's going to be anything Osmo can
30
do. And
seconds
actually, he runs off the
remaining.
flag. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, he doesn't even need to be there anymore.
Flag contested.
But 9 to 3%, so it really
Flag
came down there. This
captured.
just goes to show how
Flag
intense the myth
contested.
endgame can be at times, where every single unit counts. And basically, when you find yourself
Flag
in an endgame like
contested.
this, you're
Flag
scrambling with what
captured.
you have, and you're
Flag
micromanaging the
contested.
crap out of it, like we see here.
Game
So the
over.
game is over, and although MoM only had 3% left, they did take the win because they just had more time on the flags. So that was a pretty intense game, though. Yeah, let's look at some of these players. It looks like Lizard King and Rar posting up kills and netting positive ratios. Nobody else really quite got there. But yeah, I'd say they basically, Lizard King basically was the star player for his team in this game. For TMNT, looks like GKG showing us why he is considered one of the best players currently playing, if not of all time. 25 kills single-handedly, 54 damage. He did have 15 losses, which is more than anybody else in the game. So he's kind of like the Kobe Bryant of Myth, or Michael Jordan, even, right? Because he was on Bulls in 2011, which was the year before I started casting the Myth World Cup. So, but 54 damage is going to be pretty dang close to half of his entire team's damage numbers. So pretty significant there. Although the win is going to go to MoM, they are going to be up 2-1 with one tie to split between these two teams as we move into Game 5 coming up next.